So you finish your workout, and rather than stopping straight away and getting a shower, you need to cool down, okay? Cooling down is really, really important. It allows your body's temperature to slow down, allows your heart rate to come down, stretch those muscles you've worked, and makes you feel better. And also a big, big thing, it stops that dreaded ache. Well, not just stops it, I say it reduces the dreaded ache that you normally get the day after exercise, all right? So always make sure you spend a good 5 minutes cooling down. I'm going to take you through my cool down routine that I do after my sessions, and you're more than welcome to give it a go and see what you think. You're always welcome to adapt it as well. So if you feel like you need to hold a stretch for longer, you could do that. If you feel like you want to add a stretch in, that is great. Do what you like, all right? But I'm just going to show you my routine. Give it a go after your workouts and then see how you get on. So I'm going to start from the top down. So all we're going to do is march on a spot because we've elevated the heart rate up for the workout, and what we're trying to do is decrease the heart rate now. So we're trying to bring it back down again, nice and easy. And all we're going to do is go into a chest stretch. We can get hands behind us and push that chest out. Then we're going to back stretch, big reach forwards. So make sure when you're doing this stretch, you're feeling it in between shoulder blades. And then we can hand up in the air. Good. Give those arms a good shake off. Let's give it back of the arm stretch. So all we're going to do is take the right hand, place it on the spine, 2 fingers, pull the arm backwards. Keep those feet marching the whole time. So remember, we're trying to bring that heart rate down slowly. Change arms. And then from there, we're just going to do some slow rotations. So remember, the warm up, a bit more vigorous, and the cool down, we'll just take it a little bit easier. Do some big circles. Big circles all the way. And then we're going to come down to the floor. All you're going to do, keep your legs straight as you can. Try and keep your back straight as you can. Reach forward to touch those toes. Remember, if you can't touch your toes, don't panic at all. Don't force yourself to touch your toes by rounding your back too much or bending up your knees. You want to keep your legs as straight as you can. And even if you just touch shins, great, but try and work your way forward if you can. Remember, if you're tight in this area, if you held it for longer, you'd increase your flexibility. So it's all about holding movements for longer. So if you feel tightness in certain areas, breathe into the stretch, hold it for longer, and slowly over time it will release. You grab that left leg, bring it into the right inner thigh, reach forwards. And change leg. And then we're going to turn on our side. We're going to go for a front of the thigh stretch. These are the muscles that normally really ache after doing squats. So it's quads area, okay? So I call them just front and thighs. They're also called quads, but it's a really, really good stretch to do. I prefer to stretch lying on the floor rather than standing up. Just after you're tired, the last thing you want to worry about is your balance. Good, and then when you're ready, change sides. And then let's go along that back. So bring the knees up, bring the feet shoulder apart, and then spread your arms out, palms facing up towards the ceiling. And all you're going to then do is rotate over to one side. Try and get the shoulders back and down. Rotate across the other side. Remember, the feet are shoulder apart, so you've got to give a bit of a gap in between the feet. And then keep rotating. Good. And when you're ready, bring both knees towards your chest. And then you give yourself a little rock from side to side if you want. Let's bring that right leg down straight. Okay. Then you went left leg then. Keep that left leg in towards your left knee towards your chest as much as possible. And keep that leg as straight as you can on the floor, okay? So what we're trying to do is loosen those hips off. Remember, if you've got time, you can hold these stretches for longer if you want. So I tend to make sure I always do a cool down. And the cool down lasts me for around anything between 5 and 10 minutes, depending on what time I've got. But if I had longer, I definitely stretch just for longer. I find stretching so good, so important. You feel great after you stretch. You've done a hard workout, and what you end up doing is you feel really stiff, really achy. So the more you can stretch, the looser you feel, the better you feel throughout the day. So take the left leg, cross it over that right knee, and then all you're going to do is feed your hands through, one in between the legs and one around the outside. Grab hold of it, and that'll give you a bum stretch. Big important tip with this: make sure you're not with your foot and your thigh here. Make sure the leg goes right across, so you get nice onto your ankle. So there's a nice stretch in your backside, okay? So you should feel it if the left leg's bent over here. You should feel it in your backside. If you're not flexible enough, just bring your leg down like so. From there, we're going to change legs. Now for me, see, hips are a tight area, so I always try and hold these stretches for a little bit longer. And then from there, bring the knees back towards the chest, do a little bit of rocking and rolling. So just roll forwards and backwards. And I bring it up straight. I'm going to go for a torso twist. So I'm going to take the right leg, cross it over the left knee, and then I'm going to take my left elbow and go over the right knee and just rotate away. Now this is a great stretch for the torso. Also a great stretch for hips as well. Change sides. You might hear some clicks and cracks. And then roll over, hands and knees. Chin towards your chest. Round the back up, take a nice deep breath in. Deep breath out, lift the head up, arch back. And opposite again. Good. Hip flexor stretch. So left knee's on the floor, right foot down. Remember, squeeze the left bum, push the hip through. You'll get a nice stretch just in the front of the hip here. If you're an office worker or you spend a lot of time sat down, driving instructor, taxi driver, that kind of thing, make sure you do this stretch and hold it for a good 30 seconds to a minute. You need to release these hip flexors off, okay? These are what are causing you lower back pain. So make sure you release the hip flexors off. That will stop the pelvis from tilting forwards. Make sure you stretch these at least 3 times a day if you spend a lot of time sat down. Really, really important. People that spend time sat down a lot, tight hip flexors, tight hamstrings. So stretch these both out and then strengthen your glutes, so strengthen your bum muscles, all right? And you can strengthen your bum muscles through exercises like glute bridges, which I'll show you in a second, and also kettlebell swings. And change legs. But really, really important, hamstring stretch 3 times a day, hip flex stretch 3 times a day, hold it for 30 seconds. Really, you want to hold it for a minute. Just show you a glute bridge. It's where you lie on the floor, feet right apart, and then push those hips in the air, hold it for a second, and back down again, and do 3 lots 15. So you spend a lot of time sat down, strengthen your glutes. Now, you're gonna come up, and all you're then gonna do is finish off with 3 deep breaths. So you're gonna breathe in, big deep breath out, breathe in, big deep breath out, breathe in, and nice big deep breath out. Right, that is what I would do for my cool down, okay? So we've worked hard, we've got the heart rate up, and then what we need to do is stretch off, not strengthen. We need to stretch off as worked muscles, because remember, when we're working the muscles, they actually shorten slightly. Now the problem is if you don't stretch, they'll just keep shortening, and then you get tightness, you'll get injuries, you'll get pulls and niggles. So as long as you're stretching out those muscles you've worked, you'll make sure that basically you'll increase your flexibility, your movements will improve, and actually your exercise will become better. I found from stretching more often that exercise for me, I've been able to lift more weight, work harder, and get a better range of motion through stretching loads. So it's really, really important. So make sure every time you work out, you always cool down and stretch off.